So how can we get AI to build from a visual plan inside CodeSpring? So let's just say this is the app that I'm trying to build. I've spent a very long time designing it, building it up, planning it, and I'm happy now to start building my first features. The first step is I need AI to be able to read my plan. So all we need to do is inside your CodeSpring account, you can come down, you can click this little connect button in the bottom here. It's going to open this little pop-up. We have two ways of connecting. So you can connect your AI, you can connect directly to something like Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, Gemini, anything you kind of really want to. You can also connect it to tools like Lovable. So we have Agent Skill, which is, for those of you who are a bit more experienced, this is a CLI connection, and then this is MCP connection as well. So I'm going to show you how to use the CLI, and I'm going to show you how you can get it set up with Codex. And it's basically the same with Claude Code as well. So all we need to do is come into here, click on Agent Skill, and I like to do it like this. So I'm actually going to make it so we have a prompt in here that you can just copy, but you can just copy all of this information, paste it in here, click Next, and you can do this with Claude Code as well. Paste it in here, click Next, copy, paste it in here. Did I copy this one? And then paste that in there. So there's 3 different pages. There's really not that much information. You can just run this in your terminal if you wanted to, or you can just get Codex to install it, which is what I'm going to do. So now this is done, all I need to do is just say here, I don't know what I'm doing, please install this for me. It's that simple. So what's now going to happen is Codex is going to install a connection directly into CodeSpring. So my full plan can now be read directly by Codex. So I'll wait for a second, and then what it's going to do is install it, and then it's going to open up a page on my laptop on Chrome that just logs me in, and then it should be able to read my projects. So I'm not going to pause this video. I'm just going to let this run, and I'll let you so you can see exactly what's happening. There we go. It's just logged me in. Come back into Codex. Login's been completed. And then what it does is it links it to wherever you're working. Now there's also a skills folder as well. So we have a skill file which tells the AI exactly how to use CodeSpring. You don't need to worry too much about that because it's all installed for you and ready to get set up. So now we can see I have it installed. What this now means is I can get whatever AI I'm using to read or write to my CodeSpring plan. So CodeSpring allows you to map things out manually. So I can click and I can add notes to specific features. And we've got a full tutorial on how to actually, what all these things are and how it all works. So that's kind of that. I can map it out manually. But now because I've created this, I could say, for example, let's just come back to here because I have a different project that I'm working on. Yeah, so this is another project that I'm working on, okay? AI Business Brain Fit Check. So I have a project inside CodeSpring called the AI Business Brain Fit Check. What I want you to do is I want you to read the brain and I want you to tell me how many features we have and kind of give me a rough idea of what it does in one paragraph. And then I hit enter. So now this basically means that any AI that you're using is going to be able to read all the information from your plans, and then you can go ahead and build from those plans. So it's going to go ahead and find the project for me, and then it's going to read the information from the plan. And this becomes incredibly useful if you are designing a product and you don't really know how to build it, and you then map it all out first visually. And when you're happy with all the information, you could then just get any AI to read it and then figure out where to start building. So you can see here it says, I've read the CodeSpring Brain and linked to this folder, AI Business Brain Fit Check. It has 12 different features. So here we go. There's 12 different features up here. It says, in plain English, it's a mobile-first Instagram lead magnet where somebody clicks on Instagram, takes a short 5-second question diagnostic, enters their contact details, and then gets AI Business Brain score showing why AI is not working well in their business. And then you could say, for example, I haven't even started building this yet. What would you recommend is the best way to start? What should we build first? And then it can figure out, okay, well, now I know what this guy has planned on building. it can then start to figure out what's the best way to build it. So instead of saying to an AI, I want to build a AI business brain lead magnet like this, I have mapped the entire thing out first. So all of the information I have in my head on how I want something to work is now down on paper. Now the AI can go ahead and build from this. The other thing you can do is you could say, so you can see here, it's figuring out what's the best way to get started. I could say, okay, can you just go ahead and I don't know, add a new feature for me. Just go ahead and add a new feature and call it Codex entry. So we can actually get this AI now to make changes in this map for us. So it can read information and then it can actually write information directly into it. So it's added a new feature. Now I'm just going to refresh this page. If I zoom in here and I scroll along, you can see it's just added a new feature called Codex entry. So you can do all sorts of things. You can get it to add more notes for you. You can get it to add sub-features. So you could say, can you just add some sub-features on how the Codex entry feature works? Just for argument's sake, just pretend that that's a feature and you know what it does. Just add 5 sub-features. So if we were designing a specific feature, we could add it all in there. Now, I want to be very, very careful here because I know a lot of people who use CodeSpring just get the AI to just map everything out for them. But if you don't read the map, then you still won't know what the AI is building. If you're trying to build something, you're getting confused, the AI is just going off on one, it's doing weird things. Obviously, the best thing to do is have a proper read through and actually map things out manually yourself, which is why I very rarely tell people to use this chatbot in the bottom right, because if you use the chatbot to map and design things, you'll end up making a lot more mistakes because the AI will be adding things you don't necessarily want it to. So you can see here it's obviously added in a feature. Now if I refresh the page, let's just do auto layout. We can actually add more information to specific features. So I think that's kind of everything I kind of wanted to cover in this. Is exactly the same install with Claude Code. And also if you were to go to Cursor and you open the agent, you can do the same thing inside Cursor. So I could just click on Connect Your Agent, and then I could just copy all of this. And I could click Next, copy this, paste it, click Next, copy this, paste it, and then I could say, please can you check if this is installed, so you can actually use it and then tell me what information you can read. How many projects do I have, for example? I don't actually know if I'm paying for Cursor, so I don't actually know if this is going to work. So here you go. Cursor's like the CodeSpring CLI is installed. I'm just going to let it do its own thing. So this works with any agent at all. Okay, so you can see here it's actually running and getting access to all the different workspaces and different projects, and it's going to help me get things set up and install stuff for me. So it's creating a skill file, installed and authenticated. It's found all the different projects. We've got 50 personal projects, and then we've got 15 projects in here. So it's actually found all the information in here. So it's exactly the same way to install it for Cursor. The same thing for Claude Code as well. You can just copy all this information like this. We can come into Cursor and let me just close this, and I'll create a new terminal chat. Claude. Paste this in here. Copy this, paste this in here. Copy this, paste this in here. Please check if this CLI is installed. And you can read my CodeSpring projects, and then hit enter, and Claude Code will go ahead and do exactly the same thing. So it's actually a lot more simple to use these tools than a lot of people think. You just get the AI to do most of the work for you, and you can see here again, most of these tools will just go ahead and install it for you. Where it becomes a little bit more complicated is using MCP directly into tools like Lovable. But here we go. You can see it's got 12 different projects on the first page. There's more available. So you can see AI B-roll maker, GitHub visualization, AI business brain fit check, which is obviously this one here. So now I've just shown you that you can actually install, and you can say, can you just go ahead, in the AI business brain fit check, can you just add another feature, just call it Claude Code entry, and then add a note to it explaining how it works. So then any agent that you're using can read your plan and write to your plan. So you could, for example, map out, and we've got a full video that shows you, what all these things are and these buttons do and how you can use this full mind map. But you could actually get Claude Code to read an existing code base and then get Claude Code to map it out for you. You could get Claude Code to design new features, and then if you use Claude Code plan mode, for example, you can store the plan inside CodeSpring and you can see where it is. So there's so much that you can actually do with this. It's an incredibly powerful tool. Now, while it's doing that, if you would like to grab access to CodeSpring, the link is down below this video. All you need to do is go to codespring.app. On the website, you want to click on the sign in button, create an account, and then it'll take you to billing. We have 3 different plans. We have the starter plan for £19 per month. We have the pro plan, which is what I recommend everyone gets because you get 10,000 credits, you get 30 different projects, plus you get access to the AI agent connection, which is what we've been going through in this video. If you want the business plan, then you're going to it'll be twice the price as a pro plan, but it's, you get 5 times the amount of credits. So if you're building a small little app, a bit of a hobbyist, you're just getting started, pro plan's probably the best one. If you're a business owner and you are trying to build, apps for clients or a much bigger application and you're worried about burning through credits or you are running out of credits, that's why we have the business plan, because you get 5 times the amount of credits, even though it's only twice more. And then this basically means now you have your full plan, you have a full visualization of how your app actually works, and you're able to design, new features, and you're able to build properly. So here you go, you can see we now have added the Claude Code entry. So now when Claude Code or Codex or Cursor or whatever it is you're using to build your app, when it actually builds from these plans, it is it's able to make a lot less mistakes, and it uses a lot less tokens because you've already mapped it out in here. It already knows how everything works. It's not just filling in the gaps and just making things up. Yeah, hopefully that video was helpful to show you how you can actually connect your agent directly into CodeSpring.